Hi, doing some transplanting. As you can see, the tomatoes are getting higher than the little pots. And this is a Roma. So what we're going to do first is we're going to peel off the Roma sticker, a piece of tape, and we're going to put it on a bigger pot. Now these pots are only temporary until I get the bucket system set up. So right now we've got to put just a little bit of soil in the bottom. And I'll push this all to the side so it hollows it out a little bit. Now this is how I do it, and as you can see, I've done a lot of these after work. I've done probably about 10 or 15 each night, and they're all doing well. These are the ones, and those behind me I've still got to get done this week. I want to get all this done for Saturday. Okay, so what I'm going to do, as you can see this bottom leaves, I'm going to nip them off. And the reason I'm doing that, I don't want that growing in there, so I want to get that out of there. I want to take these leaves, and I'm going to toss them down so they dry out. You could probably grow another plant, but I'm not going to bother. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this plant between my fingers, and I'm going to tap lightly on that. Now there's no more sticker on that thing, so I can reuse this for another plant. Alright, you can see this is doing well. You can see the little root hairs in that. So what you do is you dig out the bottom, and you put this into this pot, which should have a higher pot than this, because I should be burying this right up to here. Let me see if I can find another pot. It's deeper. I really need one. Here's some. Got to get this greenhouse cleaned up, but this stuff is more important than getting these transplanted is more important than picking up plastic containers and things. I'm going to put it in this. Or this. This one will be fine. So I'm going to get a little bit of soil, put in the bottom. Now I'm going to put this right into it. But I also have to change my sticker too. As you can see now, when I fill that up with dirt, it's going to be right up to here. And the little hairs on the side of that tomato will become root systems. So it will help the plant to bury. With tomatoes you can do it. A lot of other plants like peppers and that you can't do it. But tomatoes you can bury them deep and it makes them stronger. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this down here next to the soil. I want to get this eventually so I don't have to do all this bending. I can do all this from the tabletop. Take this soil and pour it in around the plant. Now I saw videos where everybody's saying, "Oh, you got to be delicate. You got to be really careful." As long as I've got gardens, it seems like the more. And they say, "Oh, never pack it down around the root systems." No, I always do. A little more dirt. You just want to keep your leaves clean, that's all. Alright, this one's... You don't pack it down real hard, but you just form it with your hands. But you can see this is going to be doing real well. I'm going to water this. Ruthie, move back just a little bit.
Are we going outside?
No, we're going right over here.
Okay.
Seeing this is a Roma. I'll put it in with these other Romas.
Oh, the water's right in the bottom.
Yeah, that's just to keep the root balls damp.
Those old cooler tops worked good, didn't they?
Yeah, now I've got to go outside and get some water.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you
Oops, this is going to open in, baby.
Yep, you have to open in. I just have to fill this up with some water and water that.
You can see he's getting ready for the bucket system. The buckets are waiting with the neti pots on them that we got from the bakeries for free. So basically the cost of the buckets are what? Or the cost of getting the buckets and the neti cup is just the cost of the neti cup and the drill, I guess, to do it.
Yeah. The 3-inch cup drill was about $11, I think, when I bought it. Alright, now, any of the dirt that you ended up getting on the plant, I just kind of give it a quick rinse, but I also flood this with water. It has holes in the bottom of the planter, so the water will
Sorry guys, I was
seep
moving.
out.
I didn't get the right angle here, guys.
But this will allow the plant to get enough water for the root system now that I've transplanted it. And it'll do well just like the rest of them. I didn't lose a single one. This will get some dirt on the leaf.
And Clay put a heater in here because we're having a few cold nights.
But as you can see, I've got a lot of plants. These are my yellow sweet banana peppers, and they're starting to outgrow the pots too. So these need to go in something larger. I can transplant these into these cups, and it'll give them a little more time before I have to Hopefully by that time I'll have the bucket system up and going, and I can go right from this to the bucket systems. But this is what I've been updating. I've still got all this Chinese cabbage and all the bok choy. The bok choy is really doing good, but they all need to be transplanted in soon. So that's my project tonight. It's getting the rest of the tomato plants and some of the pepper plants redone. I did the Full-Ju jalapenos. As you can see, they're doing really well. I transplanted these last night and didn't lose a one. This needs a little more dirt up around the base there.
This was a good investment, though, this little greenhouse.
Yes, it was. And you probably heard of the rain. You can see the rain on the thing. It's raining out. So this is something you can do while it's raining and not have to worry about getting soaking wet while you want to do your gardening. I'm enjoying every bit of it. I'm not getting it all done in one shot, but I transplanted probably 20 plants last night. And I'd like to get it all done by the end of the weekend.
And the nice thing, too, is in the winter you can store your gardening supplies in it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that this year like I did last year.
Yeah, there's a lot more. We need to build.
There's more than gardening supplies in here.
We need to build another greenhouse because we're finding that we're loving this.
Oh yeah.
So
the next greenhouse will probably be twice as long.
This is a good starter,
Maybe a little
though.
taller too.
It's a good starter though because
This
there's a lot of stuff.
This is a starter greenhouse. This isn't for growing hothouse tomatoes and everything. You can, but your tomatoes are going to get 4 or 5 feet high, and there's just not enough room in here. This is for starting plants. And the next greenhouse, I want to come up the sides maybe 2 feet with a wall, and then put the rods on top of that, so actually the greenhouse will be like 8 feet tall and hopefully a little wider, because these cattle panels, you can go out at, I can go up the walls at 4 or 5 feet and then put these on the top and still have the same 8 to 10 feet greenhouse. And I'll figure out a design. It may not be this season or next season, but eventually I want to have it done because I'd like to have a bigger greenhouse.
But this is a great design, really. It works really.
It's a great design for someone who's got a small backyard and
wooden shelves so that things can't slide through. Cattle panel, good heavy-duty greenhouse stuff so we don't end up losing it.
Greenhouse plastic.
Window for airflow, electric, heater, a fan. But I mean, you can see there's vacant spots right now too, so it'll be more than enough to get started, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
And Clay, how long? It didn't take you long to. We have some videos. We're making a playlist of when he built it.
I built this 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Because last season we just put the new greenhouse plastic on. The first season we had regular construction plastic, and it's biodegradable, and the sun just tore it all up. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Are we gonna do chores right away? We could be out here. We're gonna text me to come out for chores.
Well, we can go do chores.
Oh, I'm gonna make another video for chores, but
Okay.
we'll do chores right now because I want to see. I didn't get to go out and see my silkies yesterday.
You want to do that now?
Yeah, we'll go do the chores now.
Okay.
I gotta get an egg basket.
I've got the heater in here to keep the temperature above. I want to keep the temperature above 45 and 50 so that it doesn't, the plants don't, because it was 60 all last weekend and it was
Clay,
really warm out.
I need to go get an egg basket, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to end the video. We'll see you in our next video, which we'll go out and do chores and see what's going on in the barn.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, and please share this video with a friend. God bless.
Bye-bye.